Hello. Just want to talk to my Bally. Talk to Bally. One Bally. Yeah, President Hakainde Hichilema. Bally. Hello, Bally. Yeah. You know, dear Mr. President, I was watching the video of the Catholic priest that was preaching a modern day Good Friday message. Now, with the preachers, with the priests, Mr. President, not everyone that speaks like that is against you. I know that Bally can never be fooled. That's the truth. I know that the president can never be. He's very intelligent. But also, the people who are appointed by the president can misuse the powers they have. Mr. President, we should not fall into the trap the past regime fell into, where anyone that just spoke about the economy, the current affairs, was looked at as an opposition leader and a supporter of UPND. No. When the priests are preaching and they are giving the gospel, whatever it is, people, Mr. President, should not make you feel you are being attacked. No. Mr. President, valandati ukwebemfa yakwanoko mutanshi. A person that tells you, Mr. President, through preaching, through whatever it is, that things are not okay, is better than a person who is just praising you and telling you everything is okay. The past presidents have fallen because of people wanting to just hear things like, you are doing well, everything is fine, everything is okay, Mr. President, everything is okay. Most presidents get shocked when the time for voting comes and they start asking themselves, but where did we go wrong? I thought everything was okay. I thought everything was fine. Mr. President, do not be cheated by anyone. When priests, pastors, men of God, social media, socialites, whoever, when they complain, you as a father, just listen to their complaint. Don't look at it that they are being bitter, they are upset, or whatever it is. No. Ukwevemfa yakwanoko mutanshi. A person who complains, Mr. President, even in public, is better than a person who will be telling you lies in public, but they know the actual fact and the actual truth on the ground. If people on the ground are suffering and they're not happy, let them express themselves. Because the president abantunga baichita express. That's how you are going to know to say, it's either things are not okay or things are bad. Ama leaders abengi bakateka balabepwa. Ama leaders ni bali abantu abashunguluka intungulushi balelanda fe okwebati this. And even though you are better off as a leader to be criticized than not to be criticized, bakateka abantu nga ba Mr. Criticize ni chirife bwino mutotere na lesa ba Mr. Criticize, because umuntu otawatemwa takwabo ku Mr. Criticize bakateka inena limitemwa. And because I love you, Mr. President, I would not want you to fall into a trap of people that just say, things are You are working very well, Mr. President. You are working, you are doing your best. So even as you do your best, remember that the expectations of the people were quite high. So because the expectations of the people were quite high, We expect that people will want to see the results now. But the problem that is there, Mr. President, is that there are no people who can speak for you. That is the challenge that is there. The challenge you are facing, Mr. President, is that there are few people who are speaking for you. The few people that are speaking for you are who? I have seen Honorable Jack Mwimbu trying his best. I have seen Honorable Chipoka Mulenga trying his best. I have seen, if maybe you can even count the ministers or government officials that are speaking on your behalf and explaining some of the things to the people. There are no people, Mr. President, that are defending you and speaking for you. No. We have a lot of keyboard warriors on Facebook. Keyboard warriors who just know how to insult those who critique the UPND administration. Now, you don't need such people. You don't need such people. You don't need even you people who are keyboard warriors. If you truly love Bally, if you truly love President Hakainde Hichilema, you must always strive to say, okay, you people, a criticism is not bitterness. The UPND supporters are turning into exactly the way PF was. The way PF was exactly is what UPND is becoming. What was PF? PF, when you criticize Edgar Chagwalungu ECL, those days, they will come and burn your shop. They will come and burn your shop. They will come and beat someone, machete, kill. The same thing I am seeing amongst some of those who call themselves UPND supporters. They are now, anyone who just complains, they are now looking at them as bitter and naughty, bitter against the UPND administration and stuff. Let us go back. UPND won with a difference of 1 million. 1 million. Meaning that UPND is the government that did not, that formed government undoubtedly. You can't doubt the winning that UPND won the elections with. You can't doubt that win. That victory is massive. So the truth is that people turned out in numbers. People woke up 05, 02, 01 to line up because they had expectations. So when the people who had expectations remind you of the expectations, does not mean they are bitter. No, they are not bitter. Just come out and explain to them to say, okay, Bane, this is the what? This is the situation. Do not, and I repeat, do not look at anyone who complains or reminds people of the promises that were made to say, jobs. Yes, Mr. President, jobs were promised. But now, even me, I can say, yes, we have seen health workers, teachers being recruited. Even the other sectors of employment should be touched. We have a lot of graduates in banking, graduates in agriculture, graduates in different sectors. So even those people, we have seen that you have the UPND administration has done a very good job with recruitments in the army, in recruitments in ZNS, all these recruitments. But there is also a young person that who voted, who did banking, who did accounts, who did agriculture, who did mention it. There are so many trades people have done. Even that person is expecting to get a job, but every time they just see an advert to do with teaching recruitment. Teaching recruitment. A health recruitment. Very good direction, very good trajectory. But even a young person that did banking wants to get a job. How is that person going to benefit? There is an entrepreneur who doesn't want a job. How are these lending institutions like CEC, how are they functioning? How are they faring? Sir, you must look at these people. These are the people that destroy leaders. They'll be giving you reports to say, CEC, we have done so much. CEC, we are very bookish. But on the ground, they are not doing nothing. They are not doing nothing. So, every voter, even someone that has not been to university, had what? Expectations. They have expectations. So, because they have expectations, including our supporters, the UPND cadres and supporters, I don't call them cadres, no, but I call them supporters. The UPND supporters also had expectations. That's the reason why they went to campaign flat out. Umuntu would not risk the businesses. Everyone has got an expectation to say, okay, can I take a contract here and there? Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do that? They all have expectations. When we look at our people, also our UPND members, are they satisfied? Let's come back home. Are our UPND members satisfied? Are they happy? Are they, the risks they took, have the risks paid off? There are people who were macheted. There are people who were killed in the process. What have they benefited? There are people whose businesses were bent. There are people whose homes were bent. There are people who could not sleep in their homes because they were looking for freedom. How have these people benefited? There are youths who rose up and were very courageous and said no to the way PF led this country. These people, they have expectations. And these expectations, of course, nothing can happen within 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or even 5 years. It's not possible to achieve those expectations. But what these people need is to hear that voice of hope from the different faces. Mr. President, if it's not you addressing people and telling them how far you are going with the country, no one speaks and gives hope to the citizenry. There are no voices that are giving hope to the citizenry apart from you. That is the more reason why everyone is just stuck on the president's page to try and listen from the president. And because you become overwhelmed, sir, such that, you can't be, you are leading a country, you also have to explain, you also have to do, no. Those people, sir, that have been appointed by yourself must start working. Sir, your appointees are sleeping. That's why they fought people like us who told them to say, you are sleeping. They are sleeping. Sir, you are the only person who will be answerable to the people of Zambia. Black Mountain, whatever, the mines, very good things that have happened. You have done, there are so many policies, sir, you have launched, but implementation by the people that are supposed to implement some of these things is not happening. Look, sir, Mopani mine is doing great things, but who is there to explain, to say, okay, Mopani mine, from the time Mopani got back the mine, the Mopani, this person has gotten Mopani, this new investor, and all those things. Who is there to tell that story? Who is there to tell that story? Who is there to project all these successes? No one is projecting those successes. Because people are focused on Tupange Shandi. Impange Shandi. Chap. People are focusing on making their own things. There are so many things that CDF has done. How many, what things are trending on social media? So, sir, social media socialites, or these young people you see on Facebook, their voices are more powerful than even ministers, PSs. Our voices are more powerful. Because the moment these socialites begin to talk and they've got all these numbers, people will be saying, hey, those slay queens who are speaking, hey, there will be 4 or 5 people that will believe in those slay queens. So, my only cry to a president whom I love, to a president whom I care for, is that, sir, most advisors cannot even face the public and campaign. That one is a truth and is a fact. Most of the people that do advisory services and give advisory to the president are people that when you lose an election, they won't even be there, they will run. Sir, look at Kaiser Zulu. Where is Kaiser Zulu and Lungu? Kaiser Zulu was this guy who was so powerful. When Lungu goes to court, he goes alone. Where is Kaiser? Where are those advisors that were with the Lungu? They are nowhere. They are not there. They are not there. Advisors simply run away, scamper, and go. And yet they are the ones who can even misproject you. They misproject you. And then they're in the background. Because it's not them that will be followed. It's not them that will be accountable to the people of Zambia. It's you, sir. So, when the priests talk, when the different people talk, it's not bitterness. Listen to them as a father, as a parent. Sit them down. Mane, what is it going to happen? Can we sit down? Sit down with them. Hey, Bishop Parik Banda, hey, this. Oh, Bishop Teles. Sit down with them. Because, sir, these people are needed. Sometimes when people are in positions of power, you think a person can look very useless, but when you're not in a position of power, that useless person can be a useful person. A useless person can be useful when you're not in a position of power. When you're in a position of power, a useful person can look useless. So, me, I love Bally. I love Bally. And I don't want to see Bally lose it. Even 2026, we shall support him. But we pray that he sees beyond these criticisms as not bitterness and hurt, but as out of love. I pray, even you who have been appointed by the president, help the president. You can never be waiting just for you. The president gave you a job. Your job is to tell the people the vision of your leader. What is the vision of your leader? Surely, should it have to take the president every day to explain to the Zambian people what is up to? What is up? No! You've been appointed. You've been given a job. You've been given a job by the president. Help him. Help him. Surely, you expect, look, you travel with the president on trips. You are part of those meetings the president is attending. You have heard of the good things coming to Zambia, but you come back home only with allowances and start chilling around. You forget you are not in that place, in that position to be found with the president. just for jokes. No. You are supposed to defend your president. You are supposed to help tell the story of your president. That is your duty. That is your job. Help the president. By you keeping quiet, you are not helping the president. You are not. You are not. When people who fought for UPND, you people who are in positions of power and influence now, one thing you need to remember is that there are people who even deserve to be in those positions more than yourselves. There are people who deserve to be in those positions more than yourselves. People that risked. People that were almost killed. People that almost lost their lives fighting for UPND. People who've been with Bally for years and years. People who've been with, they've defended Bally for years. They have been with him for years. They deserve to be in those positions. But you in that position, you have forgotten them. And now you are the starring. You forget the people that fought with Bally. Now you are in a position of power. You don't even want to pick up a simple phone call from them. A ward chairman, a branch chairman, a constituency chairman, a district chairman, a provincial chairman are very important people. A simple phone call by minister, by PSC, by DC is very important to those people. Problem, you have become big-headed because now you want to say you are civil servants and you are not politicians, you are civil servants. You are forgetting that for you to be a civil servant today, to get that appointment, a ward chairman risked his life. A branch secretary risked their lives. A branch chairperson, a district chairman risked their lives for you to be appointed. For Bally to be president so that he can appoint you to be who you are today. Now, today you are in that position. You have an iPhone 15, an expensive phone. You can't pick up a phone call and call that simple person there in a branch. 2026 will come. You will need the branch chairman. 2026 will come. You will need the provincial chairman. 2026 will come. You will need the district chairman. You will need these people there. You will need help the president. The president has appointed you to be his hands, to be his ears, to be his mouth. Help Wakateka. There is no way the president should be the one to empower a person at a ward level. No. 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 You have been appointed as an advisor to the president, as a minister, as a PS, as a DC, to be the one to reach out to your brothers in the structures. Your brothers in the structures need you. Your brothers in the structures need you. Your brothers in the structures, they also want you to help them. You don't even pick up phone calls from them. You don't. But you could be poor familiar muktualo of school by President Chonse Filifewino. Le Saka Miocha. There are youths. But youth mu party iya UPND. Bafuirisheni. Bafuirisheni ba youth banenu. The president has given you jobs. It's not the president's duty or job to always be the one, okay, who has a job, who has no job. No. No. Mwalaba mwana na fimbi abantu mule tinga mwaba mule starring mwaba some of us. Remember that suit that you bought now, that UPND is in power, is because there is a person that risked their lives. Let's remember that. I can guarantee you that 2026, a lot of people will lose interest in voting. There will be voter apathy. People will be scared to go and vote. Because people would have lost interest in voting. Lesa mwami amilelege, lesa amipale mwikali omutende.